based video. So for that we are in the machines laboratory. So this lab is called a special machines laboratory. Normally we can done normal machining operations in other laboratory. So some special machining operations that can be performed in this laboratory. So today we have a radial drilling machine. Usually this machine is used to perform drilling related operations. Okay, so there are a few operations are there like drilling, weaving, thread cutting, internal thread cutting, then boring. So these kind of jobs can be operations can be performed in jobs. So usually cylindrical and non-cylindrical jobs we can use. We can perform machining operations. Cylindrical means in the previous video we have discussed about the cylindrical component and the axis symmetrical component. Here Cartesian coordinate type of component, that is rectangular component or triangular shape of component, all the components can be machined by using a radial drilling machine. So coming to the construction, this is called the machine bed, which provides support for the entire machine. Usually we can erect the machine bed with the floor by using a bolt and nuts. Then above the machine we have a workpiece table. Okay, for holding the workpiece we used to have a holding components. Here we are having a machine vise that is used to hold the workpiece. Then above the machine table we are having a column. Okay, so this is used to support the arm of the machine. This is called the arm of the machine, and we can adjust the height. So depending upon the height of the workpiece, we have to adjust the height of this radial arm. Otherwise, we cannot perform machining operations. So for adjusting height, we have a motor setup. Okay, by adjusting the lever, we can adjust the height into different heights. So here we have a machine specifications also. So we can perform machining up to 200 mm of depth and 25 mm of the entire setup. Then speed up to 80 to 1800 rpm. Machining speed can be performed. And the working area 250 cross 200 into 200. So that is the machining size of the workpiece. Then motor, we have a 1 HP motor. For arm lifting we have a 5 HP motor, and the rated RPM is 1440 RPM. But we can extend the speed up to 1800 RPM. Then for giving feed or depth of cut, we are having a hand wheel. So by adjusting this hand wheel, it can be moved up and down so that the drill bit can be approached to the workpiece and it can be withdrawn from the workpiece to perform machining operation. And the spindle arm, we can hold the workpiece here. It is about to rotate its own axis, and finally we can hold the workpiece here securely, and we have to adjust the linear movement. So we have both the directions, mutually perpendicular directions, X, Y, Z. All the directions we can move the machine. For X or Y direction, we are having a radial arm. Radial means it is about to rotate its own axis. Then Y axis and the Z axis movement. So all the three axes we can move the tool. Then according to the type of component, we have to vary the speed. So that is there in the machining chart. For example, if you want to machine the cast iron, we have to use 1200 to 1400 rpm. For aluminium high speed machining, we have to use 1800 rpm. For a harder component like steel or SS, we have to use 900 or 500 rpm. Okay, so that speed can be adjusted by changing the gears. So this is what about the machine. We can perform the operations like drilling, boring, reaming. So for example, drilling means cutting hole in the workpiece. Boring means enlarging the hole. Then thread cutting, you know very well, internal thread cutting. So to use bolt and nut, we want to cut internally, cut threads internally. Then reaming operation. Reaming means finishing the hole. So that is called the reaming operations. Then taper turning, taper cutting, taper hole cutting, countersink hole cutting. So these kind of operations can be performed in the machine. Then if you want to interact me, then you can interact.
How many axes are performed?
Yes, I have told you, no, it has 3-axis movement, X, Y and Z axis movement. For example, for Z axis we can adjust here, then rotational axis, then linear movement we can adjust here.
So what are the operations that can be done in this machine?
Apart from drilling, we can perform boring operation, and we can perform reaming operation, and we can perform thread cutting operation, countersink operation, then shoulder cut operation, shoulder cut drilling operations. So these operations can be performed.
So what are the tools we are used?
For drilling, we are having a different drill bits as per ASME standard, American Society of Mechanical Engineering standard. We are having different sizes of drill bit, like a flute angle, then minor diameter, major diameter, we can specify the tools. Then reaming tools we can use to perform reaming operation. Then thread cutting tool can be used to perform thread cutting operation. Then boring tool, if the size is not a standard size. For example, if you cut the hole, we are having sizes M8, M10, even numbers, M6, M8, M10, M12, like even sizes. If you want to perform odd numbers like M9, no standard sizes are there. So for uneven sizes, we have to use boring operation to enlarge the hole.
Sir, can we use coolant in this machine?
Yes, we can use coolant. We can perform mostly the dry machining, but if the machining is high speed and high depth of cut, we can use coolant.
Sir, how can we adjust the speed?
Speed can be adjusted by changing the levers. So we have a levers in the machine. By adjusting the lever, we can change the gear. Accordingly, we can have a speed.
So what we hold the material?
What are all the machines? Materials can be performed. We can use cast iron, aluminium, then different grades of steel varying from low carbon, medium carbon and high carbon steels, alloy steels, then special steels like stainless steel, high chromium, high vanadium steel, then HSLA steel, high strength, low alloy steel. So these kind of materials can be machined. For the cast iron, we have different grades like FG250, FG200, then SG iron, malleable iron. So these irons can be machined. So I hope this class will be useful for you to know about the radial drilling machine. We will meet in the next class. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you.